and welcome to the Bucket List Show. I'm Tammy Crandell with Journey Venture Travel and Tours and Barron Real Estate, and I'm here with my co-host Rebecca Danise, who is also with Barron Real Estate, providing real estate services with a focus on property management. The intention of our show, the Bucket List Show, is to serve you so we can help you fill your bucket to live your most abundant life. And what does that mean for you and for us? It means something different for everybody. Mm-hmm. It could be something as simple as paddleboarding for the first time or taking that first adventure on a cruise ship. We have a special guest in house with us today, Melissa Nessenson with Windstar Cruises. So thank you for joining us, Melissa.
Thank you. Appreciate
You're
it.
welcome. So the real question I have for everybody who is watching or listening today is, are you searching for a beyond ordinary experience? Have you dreamed of being on a yacht, close up and personal to ports and destinations that you desire to see? We have a treat for you today. So we're going to take you 180 degrees beyond ordinary with Windstar Cruises. So welcome, Melissa. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Hi, everybody.
Welcome.
Question one, tell us, Melissa, what makes Windstar beyond ordinary?
Well, we are a boutique cruise line experience, so we have beautiful large yachts that hold less than 350 lucky guests.
Yay.
And it's all about our guests. It's all about getting pampered, being relaxed, really getting this experience like you would find on a friend's private yacht, if we all had friends with great big private yachts, right?
Yes,
Wish.
of course.
So it's a true bucket list experience for so many people to be able to leave the crowds behind, leave the hustle and bustle of major cities, and go to these charming storybook villages and hidden harbors and places beyond the reach of a lot of other small ships.
Oh, I'm so there.
And it is amazing. I mean, you
Pampered
just
on a yacht.
and you disconnect with all the stress of today's world, and you're really seeing like just interesting villages and places that are just so unique and authentic, and the onboard experience is just amazing.
Nice.
I mean, you really do get pampered.
Now, when did Windstar get started? Could you tell us a little bit about
So
that?
yes, so we've been in operation now over 35 years. We were the vision of a Frenchman living in French Polynesia, and he had this vision for a large yacht that would sail around the Tahitian Islands, the perfect sailing vessel. So he had built the beautiful Windstar, which is the name of our company today, Windstar Cruises. And this was a 148 passenger sailing yacht. She's still in operation today.
Nice.
And she was going all around the Tahitian Islands, spending a lot of time in these beautiful villages that other cruise lines just really weren't going to. And so from there we grew into the Greek Isles. We've been in the Greek Isles, Turkey, Mediterranean for about
Very
30 some
nice.
years. And now we actually have about 187 itineraries. So we're the vision of a man who saw this really great opportunity to open up the world to travelers, show them Tahiti and in a more authentic way, and to go beyond the reach of big cruise ships. So and
That
it kind
just
of blossomed
sounds-
from there.
Oh, that sounds amazing, like an amazing experience. So with those things in mind, we're going to segue right into what kinds of voyages can someone expect aboard Windstar?
Absolutely. So the only place we are year-round would be Tahiti, because they don't have a hurricane season, they don't have a winter,
Ooh,
they
that's
don't
good.
have
I wouldn't even thought-
monsoons.
Oh, so that's nice.
Yep. So Tahitian Islands with a beautiful luau party. We have a private celebration in Bora Bora, and it's just gorgeous. So
That's been on my list, Bora Bora.
that is one of
nice.
our
Okay.
itineraries. And then really we're seasonal in other places of the world. So think of the best climates of the certain times of the year. So we follow the sun. So you've got Northern Europe, you've got Iceland, you've got the fjords throughout these beautiful Scandinavian fjords and waterways. You're going into Asia, you're going into Japan, Australia, New Zealand. You're going into the hidden harbors of the Caribbean. Now people say, oh, I've been to the Caribbean already. Well, you haven't seen it like this. There's hundreds of islands in the Caribbean that big ships don't go to. And we'd love to show you a more authentic side of the Caribbean.
And that's the difference, part of the opportunity of having the yacht, 130 people, max 300 versus thousands.
Thousands and
You
thousands.
could sneak in, but it also makes it intimate. And to me, I think that would bring in the calmness that at least some of us are looking for, that quiet. you know,
Yes,
so
I
I would love
agree.
that.
So anyone looking for Italy with the Dalmatian coast, going all throughout around Sicily, going through the beautiful Greek Isles. We have all of our Greek Isles have an evening in ancient Ephesus, which is in Kusadasi, Turkey. Some of you may remember the name
yes.
Ephesus from history or from the Bible. You're actually going into these ruins that are fully and partially excavated, and we
Wow.
set up a beautiful dinner under the stars in the ruins of the Celsus Library. And I mean, they
Nice.
actually take you through the path that Cleopatra and Anthony walked through.
Oh, how
And
fun
you
is
see the
that?
grooves in the street where the chariots raced. And you really go back into time and have this beautiful dinner when there's no one else there. The tourists are not allowed
So
at
that's
night.
exclusive
Totally.
to Windstar?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
Yeah,
what
So-
an amazing
that's like special.
experience.
It's
you know?
just an example
Yeah.
of the kind of surprise and delight things that we offer our guests that you might not find on a big ship cruise line.
And you might
So-
not know enough to do something like that in yourself if you're traveling the land, vacation. So that's nice that you find these little spots that we can't
Yes.
get to otherwise.
Absolutely, and,
Nice.
and we do have excursions. They're
Okay.
optional. They do cost extra, but we have 2,500 hand curated experiences, what you would never find in a tour
Wow.
book or off the shelf. These are unique opportunities. So if you book a Windstar cruise, you want to check out the excursions because they're fantastic ways to spend your time in these
Wow.
beautiful places
Oh, it sounds
and see
wonderful.
the best of the best. So.
Wow.
Now, do you have a particular destination that you find to be most popular with Windstar?
So I guess you would say Greek Isles sells probably the fastest, as well as Tahiti. Those
Okay.
are, we think of bucket list. A lot of folks, those are,
Yeah.
on their bucket list. But really, there's places that are really growing in popularity, like Iceland. People want to go to Iceland and they want to soak in the beautiful hot lagoons.
Yeah, that would be
and
nice,
they
too.
want to experience the fresh air and the waterfalls. So that's growing in popularity. Really, Mediterranean is always popular. But when we surveyed affluent travelers and asked what they're looking for, we're finding the new trend, the new popular hotspot, believe it or not, is going to be the Middle East. And this is a place that most people don't think of. When you think of cruising,
Dubai and-
you don't think of necessarily Middle East. But we surveyed, there's so many UNESCO heritage sites in the Middle East that were always off limits to North American travelers that have now since opened up.
Nice.
And there's many countries in the Middle East that are really welcoming now to North Americans, to Westerners. They want to really show you their way of life, their cultures, and they're really excited about hosting a Windstar yacht in their little villages and towns. And not only little towns, but also some larger cities that are kind of hard to reach by other cruise ships. So we're starting this November, and this is like really selling quite well. Middle Eastern cruises, we have 27 departure dates starting from November through spring for the next couple of years. So check that out.
That's
going
impressive,
into leaving
yes.
from Dubai, going into around the Persian Gulf, the Sea of Oman. We've got a cruise that goes through the Suez Canal into the Red Sea, visiting Egypt. So if you want to see the pyramids, that's a bucket list for
Yes, it
for
is for a
people
lot
like me.
of
I've never
people.
been
Yeah,
to
that's
the
on my list,
pyramids.
too.
Going into Petra,
Nice.
and the architecture in some of these places in the Middle East. I mean, it's unbelievable. The beautiful buildings and the mosques, and it's just really kind of exciting.
It is.
So
It is.
yeah.
And it gives a different flair compared to the cruises and things of that nature. I just like the idea that you could go to these little places that maybe we wouldn't have seen or I wouldn't have known to look up. So that would, even like the other islands in the Caribbean, that's awesome.
Right.
You know,
It's just
so
a
that's
way of
neat.
seeing the world more like a yachty than a tourist, right?
Well, because you're pulling right up to these very small, much more intimate ports that, unfortunately, a large ship just can't get in.
Right.
The water's just not deep enough. And then how impressive is that? I mean, if you look at that from a status perspective, I mean, you're pulling up, you're in this beautiful yacht.
Yeah, there's
and-
It really is exciting
it
to be
is,
able
it's
to
gotta
just be
be.
footsteps usually from these beautiful city centers and not just little villages, but sometimes big cosmopolitan cities that are just hard to reach. There might be a long channel, narrow channel that bigger ships can't reach, or a bridge that's too short.
But you're
or things
joining,
like that.
how they live over there and their
Yes.
culture. And
Of
that's the
course.
part that's exciting. And then you're obviously, you're helping them and you get to see something that you haven't
It
seen.
is. It is a cultural
So,
experience,
yeah.
but the onboard experience is really fun too. So we should probably talk a little bit about what to expect on board the yacht.
And we will do that,
Yeah.
but before we get there, let's talk a little bit about, I know right now, from what I understand, you have 6 ships in the
We
fleet?
do, yeah.
Okay.
So we started with the Windstar, that's a sailing yacht, and we have the Wind Spirit, which is a 148 passenger sailing yacht, and then the Wind Surf, which is the world's largest passenger sailing yacht. That's a
Wow.
bucket list for me. I haven't yet been on the Surf.
Well, if you need someone to go, yeah, I'll go.
Let's go. She holds less than 350 guests.
Okay.
And she's fantastic. About 15,000 tons, so a good sized
Oh,
ship.
yes.
And again, I'm saying sailing yacht. It's not a
Right.
sailboat, so it's not gonna,
Yeah, you're not
rock
getting
and
all that
roll,
rocky
right?
rocky.
It is a cruise ship. The sails are functional. We get extra speed. They look pretty cool when you're at full sail. The captains
Oh,
can
that'd
cut
be
the
beautiful.
engines when the conditions are right, when the winds are right. And we just glide. I mean, can you
Nice.
imagine like almost 15,000 tons under sails
Yeah,
only?
it's
Pretty
beautiful.
cool. So then we also have our 3 all-suite motor yachts. So Windstar Cruises is Wind and Star. So
Okay.
Wind class ships are sailing yachts, and the Star Plus class are all-suite motor yachts that hold 312 guests,
Nice.
and they are all suite. So that's that luxury factor
It
of,
is.
of everyone getting a beautiful suite.
Pampered.
Yes.
That would
Now,
be great.
I know I had done some reading on Windstar, and they made reference to late night departures. Can you talk
Yes,
to
yes.
that a
So
little bit?
if there's nightlife in town, right? Because a lot of places, even if other ships go there, they don't necessarily stay all night. So
Right.
you don't really ever get to experience, the tiki bars in the Caribbean and in Tahiti, or the piano bars in some cosmopolitan Mediterranean
too.
town, or nightlife. Even places like Doha and Dubai have nightlife.
Casinos.
They have like dancing and nightlife. So there's places around the world that are totally different at night, and they have waterfront festivals and things. So if there's a lot to do and see in the evening, we're going to stay longer, or we're
Okay.
going to stay overnight. Also, if there's
That's
a
a great
lot,
opportunity too, versus
Yes.
just having like a 5-hour span
And
or
then
6
for
hours.
short
Right, and then you're rushed
excursions-
off, right?
Right.
for excursions that are further out inland, because you want to see inland. You don't want to see just what's at the waterfront. So we could take you on excursions more inland to see these UNESCO
very
sites and
nice.
heritage sites and
Nice.
wineries and beautiful places that are there that would take a little more travel time, so we could stay longer to accommodate those beautiful excursions.
Oh, that just sounds wonderful.
Yeah, it's like the best of both worlds.
Like I'm
you're
already
getting
there
pampered, you
in
got a
my
yacht,
head.
then you could do some land excursions, you're staying overnight. Yeah, we gotta go.
Yeah,
On the list.
Let's go.
Yeah,
It's
we'll
on my
just
bucket
we'll just
list.
add it to the
That's it.
checklist that we've got going
I
on, the
know.
bucket list we've been talking
I
about
know,
this
that's
whole
okay.
time, right?
We'll
now,
get it.
we have a lot to talk about, and we're going to do that, but we're going to take a quick break for about 2 minutes, and when we come back, we're going to talk more about what you can expect on Windstar and the experiences that you will have there. See you soon. Are you looking to buy, sell, or lease your commercial property? Do you want to sell your business? Do you need a property manager? The Jeremiah Barron and Company commercial real estate experts have managed over $1 billion in commercial real estate transactions. Our agents focus on each client's specific needs to deliver results. For more information, visit treasurecoastcommercialrealestate.com. Located in St. Lucie West, Barron Academy is a private school that caters to students with autism and other unique needs. Barron Academy hosts grades K to 8, offering paced lessons and smaller class sizes guided by a passionate team of experienced educators. Curriculums are tailored to each student's abilities, which builds confidence while nurturing learning. For more information, visit exceptionalacademymypsl.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Bucket List Show. My name is Rebecca Danise, co-hosting with Tammy. I just wanted to give you a reminder, we created the Bucket List Show because we want everybody to live their most abundant life, and however that looks, that was the idea of the Bucket List Show. We bring various people on here, but we tend to, have our to-do list or our home list. But, the idea of a bucket list, it could be just doing that 10-mile bike run, whatever you want. So welcome back to Melissa from Windstar. So a question for you. What makes Windstar cruises different than other cruises? Because it's 180 degrees from
180 degrees from
excuse me.
ordinary.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
yes.
what makes that different?
Well, when you think of a cruise, a lot of folks think of great big mega ships, long
Yeah.
lines, lots of people,
Yeah.
a lot of fun, but there's certain hassles about big ship cruising. So, this is kind of the opposite of that. No lines, no crowds. When you arrive at the cruise port, you're usually the only ship there. and you don't have to worry about a thing. From the moment you step on board the yacht, I mean, it is like being on a private yacht experience. So it's the amenities of a cruise ship. We have a spa, fitness center, restaurants, entertainment, but the vibe is totally 180 degrees from ordinary. It does.
Okay.
You're getting pampered. You're really getting treated to the delicacies of the places you're visiting,
Nice.
and it really is unique. So not only the size of the ship is beyond ordinary, because less than 350 guests on board, that is unique these days. But also there's certain things you could do on a yacht style vacation you can't do on a big ship. For instance, we have an open bridge. The bridge is the command center of a ship where they steer the ship, where they have all the radar and the controls, and that's where you'll find the captains, the staff captains. That's usually a nice sign that says restricted, off limits. But on Windstar, there is an open door till about 10:30 at night.
Nice.
Come to the command center of the bridge of the yacht, check out what's on the radar, have a great conversation, have a cup of coffee with the captain.
Oh, that would be fun.
The view from the bridge is just amazing. It is really cool.
What a great experience.
At nighttime, if the stars are, if it's clear out, they'll take you out stargazing. They'll show you the instruments that the ancient mariners used. They used the stars and the wind to guide, navigation. So that's part of the charm. The other end of the ship, the back of the yacht, all 6 ships have a water sports platform.
Oh, neat.
So when the weather is right, we can put the anchor down, launch those yacht toys.
Oh, that's
When was the
fabulous.
last time you went snorkeling off the back of a cruise ship? I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
so that's totally out of the ordinary. And then, of course, the places we visit, and we can get up
Right.
close and personal and to these unique places that are beyond ordinary
Nice.
themselves. So there's a lot of reasons why we're 180
different.
degrees from ordinary.
So the cruises obviously have the pools. Here we get to jump off the back of the boat, and we're going to join the dolphins. What about? I would imagine onboarding is so much easier compared to, when I went on the cruise. I mean, that in itself, 350 is better than thousands. So that's got to be
Yes.
relatively
So-
smooth and common at least.
Very, very calm, very friendly. It is a
Nice.
very, very friendly atmosphere on Windstar. One thing that also sets us apart is I feel we have the friendliest crew at sea, and they are just so charming and fun, and it is genuine and unscripted. And for the moment you walk on board, now you're getting 5-star service, but it is not stuffy or standoffish. It's genuine and relaxed and fun.
Nice.
We do challenge our crew to get to know our guests by first name by the end of the second day. So when you're walking down the hall, they'll
Right.
say, "Well, good morning, Tammy," and you'll say, how do they know who I
Know my
am?"
name.
So this is everyone, not just your own room steward, but all folks
Right.
on board the ship are tasked to learning the guest names. They have time to pay attention to your preferences in the dining room, so they kind of know by the end of the first day your likes and what you're interested in, what you enjoy, your favorite drink, how you like your coffee. So it's really it feels more like there's a sense of community on board that it's
Nice.
hard to find on a big
Right.
ship or a big resort, right? It's
And
more
that really
intimate.
provides such a special experience.
Yeah.
It gives you that VIP touch
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
you don't necessarily get on a mega ship, maybe.
Right.
The other thing that I was researching as well had a lot to do with the dining experience.
That was
is
where I was
quite
going to
a
go
different.
next. Yeah.
Yeah, when you have a ship that holds less than 350 guests, it's quite possible to make everything made to order, a la minute, never pre-prepared, never
Okay.
frozen. It's impossible, really, when you're serving thousands and thousands
Right.
of people at every meal. But so this is right, and we are the official cruise line of the world-acclaimed James Beard Culinary Foundation. So
Okay.
you may be familiar if you're a gourmet enthusiast, or maybe you've seen some of the cooking shows on TV. That James Beard Award is a pretty big deal.
It's huge.
Huge deal. Well, we're the only cruise line with that official
Nice.
endorsement,
That's
and
fantastic.
we are the cruise line that A-lister chefs take for their vacation.
Nice.
Because if you're a celebrity chef, you want to be dining
You-
At the
as well or
celebrity
better
chefs.
than
As
what
well
you
or
could do in your
better.
own kitchen at home or at your own restaurant, right? So over the years, we became known as the Foodies Cruise Line and attracted the attention of the James Beard Foundation. We host
Nice.
signature sailings, culinary themed sailings with the
Oh,
JBF.
That would be nice.
And they send their professional, A-lister award-winning chefs. So
Nice.
if, let's say, we're going to the Middle East, then it's going to be a chef that's expert in the Middle East. If it's Asia, the same thing. If it's Tahiti, it's Tahitian cuisine, and so
Can
on and
you-
so forth.
Can you order like dinner in your room, or is it a buffet that's out all day, or is it just certain times compared to cruising?
We have 24-hour room service.
Oh, good, 'cause that would work for me.
And we have in-suite
Gotta have my
dining.
food.
So you can order the meals right off the menu, the same
Okay,
same
good.
menu you would find in the beautiful 5-star restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
They'll deliver the multi-course meals to your suite and set up a table for you in your suite. But now you're
Nice.
going to be having too much fun to be dining in your room
yeah.
every
Just
night.
thinking.
But it is
Yeah.
kind of romantic if you have a romantic evening that you want to go, have dining in your suite. But also for the romance factor, we have Candles, which is our reservations required supper club. We require reservations on the yacht because we want to make sure you get to dine there. We don't want someone dining there every night where you're not able to. So
Oh,
everyone
gotcha.
gets to dine at Candles at least once during their trip.
Nice.
And there's no dining surcharges on Windstar. All the meals are always included,
Okay.
including the room
Oh, very
service.
nice.
But
Nice.
Candles is very intimate on the back of the ship, under the stars,
Oh,
with
that
these
would be
beautiful
really pretty.
candles, and it is really very, very
Oh,
romantic. And if you are a romantic and you want to, let's say, do a vow renewal, or you want to get married on a Windstar yacht, just let your travel advisor know, because we could set that up with the
good.
captain, and
Oh.
roses and champagne and cake and a whole ceremony, and it's
Oh, how nice is
really, really
that?
nice. So we do
Oh,
that
perfect.
as well. But yeah, as far as dining, we do have beautiful 5-star dining,
Okay.
and yes, you can have private dining. We have just delicacies from all over the world, and then lunches. We do have lunches that are going to also showcase the places we go, plus
Okay.
an on-deck barbecue party on pretty much every sailing, weather permitted. So our chefs go ashore and source local ingredients,
Nice.
and you
That's
could
a
actually
great idea.
ask what days are the chefs going ashore. I'd like to go and join them. 'Cause
join
I went
them.
shopping with the chef in
Oh, how
Cairns,
fun
and
is
it was
that?
awesome. It was
I mean, I'm
so
a total
awesome.
foodie, so that
It
would-
was
I could
great.
I
relate
would
to
like that too. What about what else could they do on the ship? What other type of experiences they
Sure.
could do
Well,
on it? Like
there is a spa.
entertainment or
Yeah, so
Okay.
the spa is on board, so that's a great
Okay.
spa. We do have entertainment. There's music, there's dancing.
Oh, perfect.
There's going to be lectures and presentations. The destination managers do a great job telling you
Nice.
about the places you're about to see and what to look for, and that is part of the fun.
Yeah,
so
it's nice to see the history of it where you're going
Yes,
too.
yeah. So there's going to be entertainment on board. Our crew host a crew variety show, a talent show to showcase
that would
their
be fun.
talent.
Yeah,
It
that
is
would be
so
good.
fun. It's
Yeah, because
generally
you've already recognized them and got to know
right.
them
It's
too. So you're
generally
like, look
about
at him.
halfway
Yeah.
through the cruise where you all kind of know each other, and you're cheering along for your favorite crew members, and it's just
course.
it's really
Nice.
cool. So we do that, and there's a lot of other little surprise and delight moments. I won't give away all the secrets.
Oh,
Good,
Of course.
good. So a question for you to change direction. So besides this, what's on your bucket list, your personal bucket list?
Oh, I like that.
you.
Okay. Well, I haven't yet done a hot air balloon ride.
Ooh.
And that is on my
Really?
bucket list. And I'll probably start with the one at Disney where they have.
Oh yeah, in Disney Springs.
Right, I think I'll
yeah.
start there just
That's
to
the
get
safety
the feel
one,
for
you
it.
know?
And
That's
my
the safety
training
one.
wheels. I'll start there, and then I'd
And then
really
you can
like
graduate
to do
to
that.
Albuquerque.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I was thinking big. I was thinking Cappadocia, which is a place
Oh,
we
yes.
go in
Mhm.
Turkey.
There you go.
We do have a cruise tour actually where we fly our guests from Istanbul to the area of Cappadocia. We don't have a shore excursion with it, a hot air balloon, so I'd have to find that
You'd
on
have
my
to
own.
do your own.
But if you look up Cappadocia with the C, that's where they have these beautiful hot air balloons that go
Nice.
over these
Oh,
like
how
beautiful
nice.
rocky, kind of deserts. And
You're
it's-
brave. My easy one is paddleboarding.
Oh, we do that off the back of the ships.
Oh,
We
you
have
do?
paddleboarding.
Do they hold me up and everything?
There's snorkeling right off the back of the
They
ship.
could put like a rope around me, you know.
All kinds of yacht toys.
Yeah,
So
but that's fun. I mean, that's another opportunity right there. The difference. It does sound really, really
it
appealing.
really is very
And then
nice.
I know you said the food was included. Is alcohol included too, or is that a separate package?
So, we call it luxury as you like it.
Okay.
So if luxury to you means all inclusive with alcohol, Wi-Fi, tips included,
Okay.
awesome.
Okay.
So we have an all-inclusive fare.
Mm-hmm.
Now for those guests that maybe they have certain reasons why they're not going to be able to, utilize the alcohol portion,
Right.
that can be customized.
Good.
Each
Well, that makes
person,
sense.
each person can travel as they like it.
Good.
Oh, that's
Not per
awesome.
couple, but per person.
And that's great because if you've got one person who drinks and one who does
Right.
not, you're not being forced to buy
Buy the whole
packages
package
for
because you
both.
wanted
Exactly.
Coca-Cola or
Yes.
something.
And the same thing
Right.
with Wi-Fi. There's a lot of folks that are going to be too busy off the yacht doing
Yeah.
their thing, and they don't necessarily care about unlimited Wi-Fi.
Right.
They just want to quick check their emails once a day, and that's it. They don't feel like they want to,
Well, they
so
want that auto disconnect. Some people take these types of trips so they can force
Yeah,
themselves
they want
to
to shut down,
disconnect.
and we
Yeah.
should be shutting down. I mean, the hours we spend on this technology,
I
You know, we're
know.
going to find out
It's
30
nice
years
to
down the
disconnect,
road, you know, we're going
so-
to start growing another ear or something.
So-
Really, it's just, everything is on us is electronic, you know?
And just everyone has a different budget. So
That's
if
true,
someone
yeah.
comes to you and says, I really want to do this Windstar cruise, but what's my base price? Like what's just no frills, well, they're still going to get 5-star dining. They're still
Right.
going to get all their non-alcohol already included in
Nice.
just the cruise only rate.
Uh-huh.
They're going to really, just have access to those water sports and things like that. But for the all-inclusive fare, now you've got your alcohol, Wi-Fi
Right.
tips. So the difference would be about $89 a day.
Right.
And what about the rooms? Are they all ocean view?
Everyone gets a view.
Perfect,
We
that's
have no
nice.
interior staterooms.
Oh, that's
The
nice,
sailing
too.
yachts have 2 great big porthole windows that are bright and cheerful. The
Perfect.
motor yachts, the all-suite yachts have big picture windows, and then some have Juliet balconies.
Oh,
So you
nice.
could step out, open
Oh,
up your
good.
French doors.
Oh, that would be
And
nice,
then
too.
on the Surf, which is the largest sailing yacht,
Mm-hmm.
she has some categories of suites, which are actually 2 bathroom and 2 closet suites.
Wow.
So you
Wow.
have a queen
That's
bed
it.
that can convert to 2 twins if you're like
Okay.
solo travelers that don't want to travel solo.
Right.
A lot of solo travelers will say, hey, I'm going to take my friend. We don't necessarily like to share a
bed.
cabin because they don't want to share a bed. They don't want to share a
Yeah.
bathroom or closet.
You
Well,
want
this
your
is
privacy.
perfect.
Oh,
You've got
sure.
2 beds, 2 bathrooms, 2 closets.
that's perfect.
And
Oh,
so
nice.
so the Surf has different suites of different sizes. Now the all-suite yachts are all suite. So you've
Oh,
got suites of
yes.
various sizes, including a 3-bedroom, 3.5 bath grand owner suite.
Ooh,
That would
Wouldn't
hold
that
up
be
to
nice,
8
huh?
people. So if you've got friends you like to travel with, a few couples traveling
Right.
together, everyone has their own suite, but it connects with this living room, dining room area for in-suite dining, having a party, has a balcony. So
fun.
everyone has their own suite, and it connects with this adjoining, grand owner suite area.
What is
Wonderful.
the age
Yeah.
of your typical client coming on? Is it families,
So,
couples?
since we've been in operation over 35 years,
Yep.
naturally we have clients that have been loyal to us all those years. So
Wow.
we've got some older folks, traveling with Windstar. But really, who we see today as new clients would be about 45 to about 65
Okay.
years of age. But of course, you'll have your older folks, and then you've got your younger folks, upscale millennials that have been traveling their
Oh,
whole life,
sure.
and they don't want to do an ordinary cruise.
Right, yeah.
We do allow children, so a lot
Okay.
of small ship cruise lines do not, but we
Okay.
do allow kids age
Okay.
8 and above. We just don't get a lot of them, so as long as the parents are aware, they're going to be with their child.
Right.
That's
the
right.
whole
Right.
time.
There's no
There's
entertainment.
no
It's-
children's programs on board
Right.
specifically, but you are allowed
Right.
to bring them on board
But
with
for,
you.
for the right kid,
Yeah,
I mean,
for
that
the
have
right
been
kid, it
traveling,
makes
they're well
sense.
traveled, they're
Yeah,
interested in
if
seeing
they're
the
older.
world. Yeah,
Right.
so multi-generational travelers, grandma and grandpa want to bring the whole family, why not, right? That sounds like fun to me.
Nice.
And
Nice.
it's always amazing to me how quickly we get through these
know.
conversations, right? It's so much to talk about. And if you are interested in finding more about Windstar, I am certainly welcome to help you. So certainly don't hesitate to reach out and speak with me. I'm Tammy Crandell, again with Journ Adventure Travel and Tours. If you need to reach me for information, my number is 772-882-3165, as well as
And
Rebecca.
I am Rebecca Danise, and my number is 203-482-7297. Be kind, everybody.